Welcome to another Vanity Chat while I sit here and get my skin together before I have to start my day. This topic has been weighing heavily on me recently, and it's something that I try to make sure that I don't ignore, acknowledge my feelings, sit in those feelings, and then try to figure out a path forward. So, motherhood is supposed to be one of the most exciting seasons of your life, especially like in the early stages. And people are always saying, make sure you enjoy those baby moments because they won't be babies forever and they won't need you as much as they do right now. And for me, while I hear that and I understand all of that, I think that sometimes it can be very overwhelming to embrace that because there is such a thing as being needed so much so that it's debilitating, that it's suffocating, that it can be overwhelming. And for me, I don't have like a large village of support that is immediately in the same area as me. And so that has a lot to do with, I think, the way that I'm always overwhelmed, or the way that I always feel like there's so much that's like on my plate. But motherhood has been one of the loneliest phases of my life, and I say that very comfortably because it's the truth. You can literally be surrounded by so much love and support and still feel so lonely. I think that this has been an epiphany for me. And so this is not even like to slight anybody that I'm close to, because this is like a reality check for myself too. So think about when someone is talking to you about something that you've already experienced. Your immediate thought is always, yep, been there, done that, girl, you'll get through that. And then you'll laugh at the fact that you were so overwhelmed by it previously. But I think the one thing that everyone misses, including myself, is that when you were going through that, it wasn't easy for you to see your way through it. And so it's the necessity of feeling like you have someone walking through that same experience with you. And for me, yes, I do have friends that have young children, but nobody probably has quite the same experience as me. Like some of my friends, they might have a similar experience where, they single parent throughout the week because their significant other has like a different schedule that doesn't give them the same level of flexibility to be at home, but they might have several children. They also might have experienced it with their first child too, but now they're so past the first child that they're still in that rhythm of, yeah, it'll start to get easier. And don't get me wrong, the motivation and the encouragement is beneficial, but I think I know this sounds crazy, but I think that for me, the lack of somebody actually going through this with me is where it just gets really difficult for me. I also want to mention that, I've had other like personal challenges. When I found I was pregnant, I had lost my job. So I was looking for a job while being pregnant. And I didn't really tell everybody because I didn't really want everybody to know that I was jobless and pregnant. And that was partially me just kind of feeling like, ooh, this is very beneath who you are and how you show up in the world. This was careless. This was X, Y, and Z. And so that was like me speaking negatively about myself in my head, making up all these things that nobody ever said to me. And so then, I transitioned into motherhood around Christmas time. My baby is a Christmas baby, if you will. Her birthday is December 23rd. So yes, people were very concerned about me. Yes, people did check on me. But I think like after we got past New Year's, it trickled into, oh, she's so cute, blah, 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 blah. Now, I do not feel like I ever had postpartum depression, but I definitely had postpartum rage. And I think for me, I had the emotional roller coaster of my hormones just trying to readjust themselves, adjusting to this baby, understanding what she needs, understanding how she's communicating. And I think that that's one of those things that continues. And I really feel like there's not like a safe space for women to really talk about the individual challenges that they face all the time when it comes to being a mom, because the message is always, well, you know, you're a mom, so moms have to take all the heavy lifting, or you know, you're a mama, you can't never expect nobody else to do more than you gonna do. Even if you got a significant other, they not gonna do nothing, blah, 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 blah. I understand all those things. But again, I think that there needs to be a safe space for mothers that are going through this to just simply exist. Have somebody that they can connect with. Have somebody that they can really say, you know, I feel like this. And then we can also add the fact that, like, socially, I feel like you never really recover, because pregnancy, you're limited on what you can do. Then you become a mom, you're breastfeeding, you still might be limited. You're tired because you have this baby that wakes up all the time. Then your baby starts to go to sleep a little bit, and then you're okay. But nobody really talks about the transition of your baby dropping that afternoon nap. And so what used to be your 2-hour break in the afternoon is no longer a break. And so by the time you pick that child up until that baby goes to sleep, pew, you are going. You don't get a break. And then we take it a little bit further. And because you're the mama, the baby loves you so much, the baby don't want nobody else but you. And then let's talk about the super clingy babies that don't really deal with other people. I love my baby so much, okay? I really do. I feel like she has made me such a softer person in certain ways. But I really want her to, like, embrace a smidge of detachment from me. And I say that because, like, it's possible. When she's at school, she's a completely different person. And I love to see, like, the videos and pictures of her, like, interacting with people and just, like, being herself. Because I don't always get to see that. Because a lot of the time, because you're your child's safe space, they don't give you what they give other people, like how they, like, just are so exuberant and excited and just, like, shining bright, like such a major light. They're a light to you regardless. So it's like certain things that they just don't show you. And so that's the other side of that too. In general, I feel like there's so much that I want to do that doesn't include my family. Like, I literally have gotten to the point where I literally just want to be myself. I don't want to be Madison's mom. I don't want to be my husband's wife. I just want to be Jessica a lot of the time. And I think it's because I see myself being, like, and sucked in is not the right word, but I see myself being, like, so drawn into, oh, I gotta do this for my baby. I gotta do this so my husband can have X, Y, and Z. And I get so locked down in that world that I don't really give myself the time to say, oh, I gotta do this for me. Oh, I gotta do this for me. And so I'm trying to, like, work to really prioritize those things for myself as much as I prioritize things for everybody else. But it's exhausting. And that's why I say, it's so lonely. It's so lonely. It is so lonely. Even with my friends, like, I feel like my friends are starting to, like, weave me back into the social calendar, and I find a reason to get out. And sometimes it be, not even sometimes, most recently, every time, it's literally been legitimate. I am exhausted. I am feeling like I'm being pulled in every direction you can think of. I am being stretched far and wide, mentally, emotionally, physically. I am like 2.5, almost 3 months into a new role, and mentally, it's not exhausting, but it just requires a little bit more strategy thought than any other job I had. And so sometimes at the close of the day, I actually am mentally exhausted. But because social media is my thing, and that's the thing that I enjoy, I still have to put strategy into that too. Or it might not even be strategy that day. I might just have to record, or I might have to sit here and talk. And I've been wanting to record this for a long time, and I've been thinking about, oh, well, let me make sure I look good. And I decided, no, I'm going to do it this morning. I ain't even brushed my teeth yet. My face is clean. That's it. And I'm about to finish the rest of my skincare. But I want to encourage the moms that are lonely, that feel like they don't have anybody. You're not alone. There's actually a lot of moms that are feeling the same way that you do. And hopefully this video becomes the beginning of a safe space, of a community of women who just want to go through the roller coaster of emotions. I'm tired, but I want my baby. But I want a break from my baby. I am sad because I thought about my baby growing up, but I'm also ready to get out of these newborn trenches. I am screaming for a break with my friends, but when I get with my friends, I'm still texting to see, did my baby eat? Did she take a nap? Is she all right? I understand. And there's a lot of other moms and women that understand. And I think that for once in my life, I want to check myself, but then put myself in a position to be what I don't have for somebody else. So if you feel like you are lonely and your baby is like 20 months or older, or 22 months, I give y'all that window, then tap in the comments and let's start a community, because I just feel like we gotta support each other, because we got the same mind frame right now. I love my community, I love my village, and they've been very supportive, but I think that everybody is so far removed from the exact emotions and feelings that I have right now that they would lean into encouraging me, because that's the easiest thing for them to do, because the mindset that they had when they were in this moment, they've overcome. And so when you've overcome something, you don't go back to it, especially if it's not something that you enjoyed, right? You remember it and you move on. So here's to creating a community where you, me, and everybody else can have a space where we can be lonely together, communicate it, voice it, be transparent about it, and somehow figure out how to fix it.